Hey guys, welcome to Tactor's tutorial. Today we are going to talk about Meet the Best Canva Update, Canva Magic Studio. It is a step-by-step guide to follow easily, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So let's dive right in. In this guide, we will be exploring a suite of powerful tools designed to enhance your content creation capabilities. From sparking creativity and efficient research to shaping your content seamlessly and maintaining brand consistency, we've got you covered. We will gonna also dive into multimedia content, efficient data extraction, versatile writing styles, and captivating multimedia elements. And to get started with this, you'll just need to head onto canva.com. You could search this onto your local browser, do a quick login, or sign up if you don't have an account yet. And once you're in, you should get redirected here onto the dashboard. So the features that we're gonna be delving into is under Magic Studio. So for you to be able to get started with Magic Studio, once you're already onto your Canva Pro account, here onto the left side, you should see Magic Studio. So you're just gonna go ahead and click onto that. And just a quick overview regarding this Magic Studio. So this is actually a AI powered design tool that aims to make content creation more accessible to everyone. So Canva describes Magic Studio as the world's most comprehensive AI design platform for organizations and individual users, providing a host of new tools for automating labor-intensive tasks like converting designs into other media formats or instantly editing images through generative AI. For this tutorial, we're gonna start first onto the first feature that we have here onto Magic Studio, which is Magic Expand. So Magic Expand is actually a remarkable feature in your creative brainstorming companion. So this empowers you to effortlessly expand your content by generating additional ideas and concept. So for you to be able to get started, just simply click on to create a design in here, and then you'll get some options in here to choose from. And then right after, you could also start creating from your own media. So you could choose from a custom size, or you could also import a file. Let's go ahead and click onto custom size for a black canvas, and then right after you'll just need to specify the width, height, and then right after just simply click on to create new design. Now right after clicking onto that, it should redirect you here onto the white canvas, wherein you could go ahead and try to upload in your photo so that we could go ahead and try out the feature. So you'll just need to head here onto the upload section. Then right after, drag and drop the photo that you want to add or you want to expand so that we could use it for our feature in here. So let's just go ahead and drag and drop it like that. We'll wait for it to load so that once it is loaded out, we're gonna go ahead and drag and drop this photo here onto the canvas. So let's try to do that here. Now, as you can see, we've gone ahead and already added it. So let's try to resize that one out. Now onto this feature that we have in here, the Magic Expand. Since we want to go ahead and try to expand our content, what we'll need to do to utilize that is we're just going to go ahead and click onto the photo. Then you should be able to see edit photo in here. Now here onto the edit photo, if you have click onto that, you should have the option in there to choose from the different option. We're just going to go ahead and try to search for the Magic Expand, which is here. We're going to go ahead and try to click onto that, and then right after, we're gonna go ahead and select a size onto how you want it to be expanded. So you could do freeform like that, you could just simply drag and drop it like that, or you could choose whole page if you want to utilize the whole canvas, or you could also have it one by one, and there are many more options in here. So you could choose from the different things that you would like to do, and then once you're already satisfied with the size of it, you're just gonna go ahead and click onto Magic Expand and then wait for the magic to happen. Now the next thing that you could do is you'll see the 4 options in here. So as you can see, it gone ahead and tried to expand our image seamlessly, so it doesn't seem that it was forced to be expanded. So all of the background really complemented the first photo that we have in here. So I kind of like how this resulted. So you could review and refine this, incorporate the generated ideas with the concept that you needed. You could utilize the different features in here, such as design, elements, text, brands, uploads, draw, projects, and apps. And then you could edit and customize expanded content to fit your writing style and purpose. And as you can see also here, below the 4 options that you actually have the option to generate new results if you're actually not satisfied with how it looks like. So you could just go ahead and try to click onto that, then go ahead and try to click onto done once everything is set. So once you're already satisfied with the expanded image, you could just go ahead and try to click onto share here onto the upper part. And then right after, click onto the download option and then you could choose a file type. And that's just basically it on how to use the Magic Expand feature onto the Magic Studio in Canva. Now let's learn the next feature that we have onto Canva, which is Magic Wrap. So for you to be able to get started onto using that feature, just simply click onto create a design. Then right after, you'll just have to choose from the different ratios or the things that you want to do in here. So there are actually suggested ones here below it. So you could utilize a search bar and then you could just go ahead and try to import your file, or we could choose a custom size that we want to use. So you could just add in the width, height, and then right after, you're just gonna go ahead and create new design. Now, once you're already onto the platform, you're just gonna go ahead and try to drag and drop in the files that you want to use in here or the photo that you want to edit. So here onto the left side, you should be able to see design, elements, tags, brand, and uploads. So you'll just need to click onto uploads in here. And then right after, just go ahead and try to upload the photo that you want to use. Or if you have something that you've added already, you could go ahead and try to use that. So for instance, this photo that we have in here, we're just going to drag and drop it here onto the canvas that we have. You could go ahead and try to resize it like that. And then the next thing that we could do to have this one used into our feature is just click onto edit photo in here. So here onto the edit photo, you could see the different features of Magic Studio. So you could see Magic Grab in here. So we're going to go ahead and try to click onto that to use this feature. And as you can see, the photo will load. We'll just have to wait for that. And right after, once it is done, you could see that the photo or this one has been removed already to the background. So it has grabbed the photo of the girl in here, and then the background is also different. So you could actually use this feature for different things, like you could remove this or change the background of your photo. So we could leave the girl in here. Then you could utilize the different elements that we have in here to search for different backgrounds that you could add here onto your photo. So for example, we want to use this. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to resize this one out and then set this layer onto the back of it so that we go ahead and try to change the photo or the background of the photo that we have uploaded. Now, once you're actually done, you could go ahead and try to review the photo that you did. You could try to add in some text or other elements as well onto your photo. And once you're done, just go ahead and click onto the share button here onto the upper part. You'll have the option to download it. You could copy the link, share it directly to Instagram, brand template, present, and public view link. And then here onto the download, you'll see different file options or file types that you could choose from. So you could just choose the one that you prefer and then click on download. And that's just basically it on how to use Magic Grab on Magic Studio. Now let's learn how to use Magic Morph in Magic Studio. So Magic Morph actually uses a text prompt to transform the appearance of your words and shapes into anything the user would like to see. So this will include new colors, textures, and many more. And for you to be able to get started onto using Magic Morph, you're just gonna head here onto the Canva website, onto the create a design, and you should be able to see the different suggested options onto what you would like to do. So you're just gonna go ahead and try to choose from that, or you could start creating from your media. You could import your file in here, or you could choose from the different files that you have uploaded already, or you could go ahead and try to use this custom size. Just add in the width, height, and then just click on to create new design right after. So for us to be able to proceed, we're just gonna go ahead and try to choose a template in here, and then we'll get redirected onto the canvas. Now to use Magic Morph, let's gonna go ahead and try to add in a text onto our canvas. So we're gonna go ahead and try to click onto text, and then right after, you could just choose the different text styles in here. You could just add a text box. So we're gonna do that one here, and then you'll just need to write in your text. So for this example, let's try to write in here magic. Then we're just going to resize this one out. Let's make this one bigger. Actually, you'll have different options here onto the upper part. Like you could choose a different font, the font size, and then you could also choose from the different font styles in here. But for us to be able to use Magic Morph here onto the left side, if you scroll down here onto the bottom part, you should be able to see apps. So we're going to go ahead and try to click onto that. And then you'll need to search for the Canva app that we want to use, which is Magic Morph. So you could browse onto the different apps in here. You could discover what is new. But for us to be able to have it easily search, we're just going to go ahead and try to search in here Magic Morph. But as you can see, we can see already the feature in here. We're just going to go ahead and try to click onto that. So as you can see, this is created by Canva and there is a quick description onto it. So this will turn elements of your design into something extraordinary. So you could just transform your words and shapes with a simple written prompt, use it to enhance text or shape, quickly create graphics and textures, or spark creative ideas. So by using this, you should agree to the terms and services and privacy policy and permissions of Canva. So we're going to go ahead and try to click onto open to use this feature. So the first thing that we'll need to do is select an element in your design. So we have magic. So we only have this one, but if you have other things in here, you could actually choose that. So you could also add in an example element. For example, want to add this paw, we could go ahead and try to choose that one. So if you have different option, you'll just have to click onto that. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to use magic in here. And then right after, we're gonna describe what we would want it to look like. So for instance, I wanna see this onto a fire thing, fire and blue. So we're gonna use that one, and you could also try in some examples in here. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to click onto magic morph so that we'll see what it will generate. So we'll just have to wait for that. Now, as you can see, here are the different photos that it generated. So I kind of don't like how this one turns out, since we are not really that specific onto our prompt. So we could go ahead and try to create again so that you should generate a new one, but we could go ahead and try to fix also our prompt in here so that it would really give us something that we would want to see. So for example, we're gonna go ahead and type in here matte blue balloon. So we're gonna go ahead and try to see what it will give us. So let's try to see if the font will look like a balloon. So we're gonna go ahead and try to click magic morph, and let's try to see what it will give us. Now, as you can see, it generated us other option. If you've noticed as well, we've gone ahead and tried to change the font style that we have in here. So if you change the font, the generation would change as well in here. So you could just choose onto the different options that it has given us. And if you don't like how it looked like, you could just go ahead and try to create again so that it will generate another 4. And if you're satisfied already, you'll just have to click onto that. And then right after, you'll have the option to have this onto your Canva. So you could just go ahead and try to resize that. And then you'll have also the option to share it. And then right after, you could download this and try to choose a file type. So you're just gonna go ahead and do that, choose a file type, and then once you're done, you're just gonna go ahead and click on to download. And that's just basically it on how to use a Magic Morph on Magic Studio in Canva. Now let's talk about Magic Write with Brand Voice in Magic Studio Canva. Just a quick overview regarding that feature. This can be combined to help produce text for the various stages of copywriting, from the brainstorming process to the first draft generation all the way to its completion. So for you to be able to use this one, you'll just head on to create a design in here. Then right after, you could choose a different template that you could use here. So you could just choose what you want to do, and then you could also try to use the custom size in here. Just add in the width and height to create the design. You could also import a file in here, or you could choose the different photos that you have added already onto your account. Now you could just also choose or try to open a file that you have already created so that we could use this for our Magic Write. So if you've noticed this little button here onto the right side, you could just go ahead and click onto this. So this is Canva's assistant. So you could see the Magic Write option in here that will brainstorm with AI suggestions. So we'll just have to click onto that so that we could use it. And then we're just gonna use 5 or more words to describe what you want to write. So for example, we could just go ahead and try to add in here, write something about the sun. So we're just gonna do this, for example, since we have a sun onto our background. And then right after, you could just click onto generate in here, or you could use the shortcut key Control plus Enter so that you could go ahead and generate. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to wait for that one. And as you can see, it gone ahead and already given us the words that we want to see. So you could just try to go ahead and be creative onto typing in your prompt so that you could go ahead and also try to see what you want to add onto your photo. So right after that, you're just going to click onto that, and you should be able to see the Magic Write option. So you could just try to click onto that. You'll see actually different options. Continue writing. We could summarize this if it is too long for you. Rewrite, more fun, more formal, sprinkle fairy dust. We could go ahead and try to have this one shortened out. Let's summarize that. And then as you can see, it was shortened. We could also try to sprinkle fairy dust onto this, and as you can see, it has changed already. So we're just gonna opt for summarize so that it would not be too much long, so that it will just fit onto the photo that we have in here. And once you're done to add in the brand voice, we're just gonna go ahead and head here onto the left side. You could see the brand tool in here. You'll just have to click onto that, and you're just gonna go ahead and scroll down here until you see this brand voice. So you could just go ahead and try to click onto that. So just a quick overview regarding this. You could get the right tone across every time when you add your brand voice to brand kit and use Magic Write. So we've gone ahead and already added Magic Write. So you could just go ahead and try to click add your brand voice so that we could go ahead and try to see what it will give us. So what you'll need to do in here is you'll just need to describe your brand's unique personality and how you communicate with your audience. So your voice is an important way to attract people to your brand, create connections, and build trust with them. For example, our voice is confident, casual, and friendly. So we could try to have this one copied out here onto the prompt. As you can see, we could write in up to 500 characters. And I've added also fun in here so that it will give us a little fun wording. So we're gonna go ahead and try to click on to save, and then we could just go ahead and try to click save changes in here. Now right after, you could go ahead and try to click on to generate in this brand voice. So as you can see, the text that we have added earlier has gone ahead and already changed onto something that is confident, casual, fun, and friendly. So you could just go ahead and try to add it here onto your photo, and once you're done, just simply go ahead and try to share, and then you'll have the option to download it onto your device. And that's just basically it on how to use the Magic Write with Brand Voice onto Canva. Let's learn about Magic Animate. And from the word itself, Magic Animate, it will animate anything that you've chosen onto your design. So for us to be able to get started with that, just simply click on to create a design. Then we're gonna go ahead and try to choose a template in here. For example, we'll do this your story. So we'll click onto that so that we'll get redirected onto the canvas. Now here onto the canvas, we're just gonna go ahead and try to add in anything in here. So just for a thing in here, we're gonna go ahead and try to click onto a template so that it would be easier for us. So let's wait for this one to load. Now once you have added that, you could just go ahead and try to simply select onto the things that you want to animate, and then you should see the animate option in here. Now we have gone ahead and already chosen the background in here, and as you can see here onto the animate feature or into the page animation, you should be able to see Magic Animate in here. So you could just go ahead and simply click onto that, and it will go ahead and try to apply an animation onto the chosen element onto your design. So as you can see, there are recommended styles that you could do. For example, the digital, we have here this, we have the elegant, energetic, or anything. So you could just choose onto the different things that you want to add. So for example, we want to add this, we're gonna go ahead and try to click onto that, and your design has been animated. So you could just do a quick preview here onto the upper part to see how your design would look like, and then once you're already satisfied, you could go ahead and try to click onto download and choose a file type so that you could have this added onto your device. And that's just basically it onto using Magic Animate onto Canva's Magic Studio. Now let's learn how to use grab text onto Magic Studio Canva. So for you to be able to grab in some text onto your design, you're just gonna go ahead and try to click on to create a design in here, and then you could go ahead and start from creating a custom size. You could just add in the width and height of your design. You could just choose onto the different suggested templates in here, or you could upload directly your photo, or you could choose onto your uploaded photo already. So for this example, we're just gonna go ahead and try to choose Instagram post in here. So that will get redirected onto the Canva design. Now right after, here onto the uploads, we're gonna go ahead and drag and drop the photo that we wanna go ahead and extract the text. Now for example, we're just gonna drag and drop a photo in here. I have here an album photo, so we're gonna go ahead and try to change the text that we have here onto the back. So we're gonna drag and drop the photo in here, and then we're just gonna resize this one out first, and then right after that, we're just gonna go ahead and pull up the grab text tool. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to resize this, click onto the edit photo here onto the upper part, and should be able to see the grab text. So we're gonna go ahead and try to click onto that, and let's wait for it to extract the text in here. And as you can see, we've gone ahead and already pulled out the text that we have onto the photo. So what we're gonna do here next is we're gonna go ahead and try to change the text that we have in here. So as you can see, you could try to rewrite it. We could add in here grab text, and then you could also try to resize this one out as per your liking, and then you could just move it onto your design. And that's just basically it on how to use grab text onto your design. Now let's go and learn how to use Magic Switch. So you could just go ahead and try to click on to create a design here onto the upper part. Click onto the suggested templates. You could use in a custom size. You could also import a file or a photo that you want to use this feature with, or you could just try to open a project that you have made already so that you could utilize this feature. So we'll try to do that so that we'll get redirected onto the editing page. Now as you can see, I tried to open the certain file that I have in here, and here onto the upper part, you could actually see the Magic Switch option. So you'll just have to click onto Magic Switch, and then right after, you could go ahead and try to click onto the things that you want to do onto your design. So you could translate your design into another language, transform into a document. So you could turn your design into a summary, a blog post, or a song lyric. You could also try to resize the format, YouTube thumbnail, your story or Instagram story, or you could browse through different categories that we have in here. So for example, we would want to have this one onto a video. So we're going to go ahead and try to click onto video in here. You'll just try to choose in a format, click onto continue, and it will go ahead and try to do a quick preview on how your design will look like. So as you can see, it gone ahead and made our design a video. You could copy and resize or resize this design, could copy and resize in here, and then we'll just have to wait once it is done. So once it is done, you could just go ahead and try to click onto open video, and you should be able to get redirected onto a new page wherein it has your video already made. So you could do a quick preview like that. And then once you're already satisfied with it, you could go ahead and click onto share, click onto download, choosing the file type. And then once you have chosen already, you could just simply go ahead and download it. And that's just basically it on using Magic Switch onto Canva. Now let's learn how to use Magic Media onto Canva. So you'll just need to choose in a design that you have already in there, or you could actually create a new one. Just start by clicking onto create a design onto your website, onto Canva, and then you should be able to choose the different templates, choose a custom size. You could also import a file or start with a photo that you have onto your device. Right after you've done that, you'll get redirected here onto the editing page. So I tried to use something that I've done ahead earlier already. And then for you to be able to access this feature here onto the left side, you should be able to see elements. So you'll have to click onto elements in here. And then if you scroll down here, you should be able to see AI image generator. So you're just going to go ahead and try to generate something so that you could use Magic Media. Now you could actually generate your own in here, but you could actually choose with the different templates that they have provided. So if, for example, we're going to go ahead and try to generate our own in here. We could try an example that they have in here, a robot with glowing visor. Let's try another one until we find something that we like so that we could change the background that we have in here. For example, we want to have this laboratory with computers and servers isometric style. We could try to make use onto the different styles that we have in here. For example, we want to have it onto anime. Let's click onto that, choose in an aspect ratio. Let's go ahead for landscape so that we could change the background in here. And then let's go ahead and try to create your image. So there are actually two options that you could do. You could do for videos for this or for images. We'll try to choose for the images first. Now, as you can see, Canva will generate 4 photos for you. So you could go ahead and try to choose the one that you like. So for example, we want to use this, we're going to go ahead and try to resize that one here so that we could actually add that layer. And then we're going to go ahead and try to send this to back. So you can see it would look like that. You could actually generate again so that you'll see another set of 4 photos in here. And we'll try videos as well. So we'll try to click onto that and let's try in an example as well. So we're just gonna browse through this. So we could use this pop art animated background, minimal motion design aesthetic, and then we could just go ahead and try to generate video so that we could go ahead and try to see what it will give us. And then right after, you should be able to see your generated video in here. You could just go ahead and try to click onto this so that you could drag and drop it in here, just like what we did onto the image. Then you could go ahead and try to share it. Once you're satisfied, click onto the download option, choose in a file type, and then you could go ahead and just download it. And that's just basically it on how to use the Magic Media onto Canva. These step-by-step guides should help you effectively utilize each of these features for your specific needs. So if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to comment it down below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you onto our next video.